a spiritual person?
I'm definitely a spiritual person. There are a few pillars in my life that I hold key, and that's family, the environmental advocacy and conservation work that I do, the Nadya work, and my spiritual life. So these are the four things that I try to work my life around. And the spirituality is what grounds me, and I think it's especially important in today's society, where everything is so fast-paced and people are grasping for success. There's a real fight for basic needs, and things can get ugly, you know. And I think if you have a sense of spirituality that helps to remind you about ethics, morals, humanity, compassion, you know, and even if we get busy, when we stop and we have a moment to recall those core tenets of what a human should be, you know, then we can carry on again, you know, because I think if we don't have that, we can get lost so easily. We can get distracted so easily. We can get swayed by so many things.
And this is the kind of things that you try to impart to your children, educate them as well. Just, you know, have this.
We do have really meaningful conversations actually with the kids, and my middle son actually really surprises me sometimes. Not surprises me, but really, you know, he says things and I'm like, that's what parenting is about. It's not about you coming home and showing me you've got 90 or 100 at school.
Top in math.
Top in math. It's about you coming home and telling me, or having discussions about kindness, or doing things like when we were in Africa, we went to visit the Maasai village. I told him, I said, why don't you take photos? Because he loves to take photos. He's 11-year-old and he loves photography. And I told him, I said, you have your iPod, take photos. He says, Mom, I don't want to take it out yet. But not because he didn't want to lose it, but because he knew that this was an item that was considered to be expensive, and he didn't want to show off in front of the Maasai kids.
Yeah.
Very, very considerate. And that to me is a win. That to me means more than good grades.
Is this something that you see yourself, grown into, evolved into as you get older?
You know, it's funny because there are these certain messages or principles, rather, that I'm trying to live by. And if I look back, even 15 years ago, 20 years ago, they're not far from the thoughts that I had then. And the questions that I was asking. So the seeds
were already there?
The seeds were already there. And even from a very, very young age, even from as young as 5 years old or younger, I was already asking questions about the universe, God, religion. You know, I can remember being very, very young, only in year 1 or year 2, primary school, SD. And I was lying on my trampoline in Australia, in my backyard at night, and in the countryside. So you can see all of the stars. You can even see satellites moving across the sky. And I was lying there and I was thinking, if God made everything, and I had this vision of like a genie in a bottle, and I had this vision of God coming out of an earthen pot, but God made everything. So who made the pot? And that was at that age. You know, and then in my early 20s, all of my books were about religion, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and questioning everything. So a lot of the questions and then the beliefs that started to form then, now are becoming more robust.
In 2009, Nadya was voted one of Singapore's top 20 most influential people by CNN. And that same year, she was also awarded the title Best Host TV Host by Elle magazine, a testament to her staying power in a tough industry. Nadya was also voted as one of Asia's leading trendmakers by Asia Week magazine, alongside with the Dalai Lama, Michelle Yeoh and Chow Yun-fat for her special ability to inspire and fascinate. With all the achievements that she has reached so far, and at a relatively young age, I'm curious to know what lies next for Nadya Hutagalung.
Well, that's when you were little, you were lying looking at the sky. Now say the present day Nadya lying on the ground looking at the stars. What would go through her mind?
Oh, this is a luxury, to be honest with you. That sounds really ideal, actually, to be able to have that opportunity to lie down there and look at the stars. In fact, we did actually in Africa this year when I was there filming for that Elephants Be Elephants. I went back a second time with my family. We got a puncture, and all the phones couldn't work. We were in the middle of nowhere, and then my husband and I, we just had to get out and lie on the top of the car and look at the stars. And it was like, this is not so bad. This is not so bad. But in terms of philosophically, a very deep sense of gratitude. A very, very deep sense of gratitude. Being thankful for where I am today, and that I'm alive, and that I have my family, and the blessings that I have in my life.
And I'm thankful for this opportunity to be talking to you, Nadya, and it's been a wonderful day we spent together, and you've inspired me, and I'm sure you'll inspire lots of people in your life. So good luck.
Thank you so much.
With all the work that you do, and you know, the wonderful contribution that you're making to the planet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. In everything that she does, from the food that she eats and cooks, the house that she builds, the causes that she champions, I find in Nadya Hutagalung someone who is truly committed and passionate about making the earth a better place to live for us all. And that's all for tonight's episode. Don't forget to join me next month when we meet another figure who makes a difference to our lives here on Face to Face with Desi Anwar, bringing you the world.